Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 415 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast, coming to you live on 97.9 FM CHSR, as well as live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Why am I getting a private chat? There's a hum.
Somebody's...
You know what the hum is? I figured out what the hum is. And
you know what the hum is?
I know what the hum is, and I can fix it very quickly.
Yeah, fix that hum. Do it. Do it now.
Better?
Fix that hum. Yes, much better.
Thank you. It's the board. It's the fact that my mic is running through a massive board.
It's not a small board. It's a big board. It's a massive board, he says.
Is it, what color is the board?
Gray.
Caucasian.
My fun, you.
So, folks, my name is Brad O'Donnell. With me, as always, is...
your king
that guy
of paintball. Looking beautiful, feeling fine. And we have a guest down there tonight.
We do. The one, the only, the artist formerly known as NightmarePB.
Hey, I tried playing around with like different names. I think it's just going to be Nightmare.
It's just Nightmare. Just embrace it, bro.
I just can't.
Just embrace
I tried
it.
to go with Tafcan. T-A-F-K-A-N.
Wait, what?
The artist formerly... Tafcan. T-A-F-K-A-N. The artist formerly known as Nightmare.
That sounds like something the Air Force will come up with.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
exactly.
do you know what I do in my spare time?
Yeah,
waste tax dollars.
Look who it is.
You got me. I can't even argue that one.
Look who it is, hanging out in the chat, the foil of my weekend.
So
He is such a gem.
He
It's
was
Mr.
wonderful.
Lead Farmer, the farmer of lead, the shooter of paint, the massacreist of the blue team.
Oh, that. So, we're talking Wasaga.
yeah, we're talking Wasaga big game that I did not get to go to.
What is Wasaga Big Game? First off, you guys got to fill me in. I
Sorry.
have no clue.
Yeah. It was an event that had I think it was Wolf versus some 2-bit YouTuber.
I think I don't think
2.5 bit.
2.5 bit. All right, I'll give you 2.5 bit. No,
Don't even have the full 8 bit on the go.
don't get the full 8 mega power like the Sega Genesis offered.
No, not
No?
quite. I didn't pay for the extra DLC on this one, so I'm out on that one.
didn't pay for the DLC.
okay.
Didn't get the expansion slot for the N64.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
expansion
That's right.
pack, was it?
I got the Rumble
a game
pack
changer.
instead.
Ooh.
Don't make me dig out my Game Genie and its code book and show you how you can bring power to your game.
Ooh, power to my game, sir.
Is that it? That was the one. That was the line.
I think it was. I think it was. Yeah.
That shows that was the age line. DLC is in, but you don't know what a Game Genie is.
I know what a Game Genie is, bro. Dude,
Thank God.
sorry, I'm trying to share your podcast on literally all my socials right now.
I'm sorry. You're just trying to bring your own socials down. Terrible.
This is called stress.
Associating
He's stress testing his socials. If his socials could support this, they're solid.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I can post pics of my ugly mug, I can get away with posting your guys's.
Hey, I am.
That's true. I'll give you that one.
I will have you know. And I don't know where Master Chick
You're
is.
beautiful.
He's around here somewhere.
So, Wasaga Big Game. Apparently, it was a giant paintball game this weekend. That was awesome.
Yes,
God, it was
that I
so
unfortunately
much
had to
fun.
miss out on. So I want to hear all the
were
details.
there.
I was there in spirit.
Well, we found your doppelganger. Lead Farmer found your doppelganger.
Oh yes, that's right.
And we had Flat Brad with us, who... Flat Brad was
As soon as I was told Ty was just like, he's been dubbed Flat Brad, and I was like, that was Tom, wasn't it?
You picked up Tom, eh?
Oh, that's so good. That right there is that's genius labeling right there. I appreciate
Thank you.
that, Flatbread. It's like right up there with flatbread.
Yeah, Flat Brad. Flat Brad even was able to sneak a kiss in on the cheek of the amazing Miss Donna. So he was a player. He was having fun. I saw him looking up the pant legs of famous YouTubers like Lead Farmer.
Look, I do what I can.
He gets a prize. That's what he's trying to do, right?
Yeah. It was a big game. There was a lot of people there, a lot of cool people. There was no shortage of awesome people to hang around and see. We had Intensity, who was making beautiful gear for people. I got a sweet jersey, which I just got back actually, like, what are we, Thursday? So like late last night or late Tuesday night, my bag finally made it back from Pearson.
It's wild, man.
Yeah, they did not like my markers and decided that they should spend an extra day in Pearson. So those of you who saw my post, big thank you to Rhino for going and picking up my shit and shipping it to me.
So what did you learn about shipping paintball markers while traveling commercial air?
Don't go through Pearson if you can help it, and always pack your paintball markers if you're flying domestic with your medical bag. If you fly with your
check it like the rest of humanity does.
Okay, I checked it after.
There's a little more to that though. Like, you checked it afterwards. First off, that's sketches.
Okay, fair enough. I did find out after this that Pearson's security is notoriously like that. I should have known better, but again, I had flown out of Pearson before with no issues, but I had also just realized I had been flying with mechanical gear. My Nova's mechanical. That's why I didn't fly with my shocker, which is why they. So I was silly, and my gear was seized at good old Pearson. So
I can't believe that seized. They seized your gear.
Actually, the exact words they used were they removed it from the plane as security deemed it as dangerous goods. My answer was they didn't work. There was no way these markers worked. There's no hopper. There's no barrels in them. There's no air tank anywhere in my gear because I obviously wouldn't try to fly with a tank. Because
I've flown with tanks. You just take the rags off.
Yep.
And you put them in checked luggage.
From a guy who's flown all over the country with this paintball gear. Everything goes in your checked luggage.
So the issue was that the tickets that he had got included zero checked luggage. They were deep.
They were dirt cheap tickets.
You tried to play the system,
and
it worked. It worked the first 3 out of 4 flights. It worked.
It's true.
I can't really argue with those numbers.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yep.
But that being said, too bad, so sad. So
if I would have known that you were traveling without any checked luggage, I would have warned you well ahead of time. Pearson is notorious for paintball gear.
Oh, everybody warned me.
It is the only airport that has ever charged me the firearm fee to transport my gear.
Yep.
Only airport.
Yep. And I got nailed with that.
Coast to coast.
Don't fly into Pearson anymore. If we have to do it, and we do this again, we fly into Ottawa, which is what I would do anyways, because then I would just jump in with the Grumpies and George's sweet-ass VW SUV that he had. That thing was a beautiful ride. My company was Commando Dave and Brown T and Tyler and George.
What a name.
So
Brown T.
Well, he's brown and his name is T. So, I mean, there's him and there's Tyler. So maybe I can't tell the difference. Maybe I don't see color, Brad. Jesus, come on now. They showed up. They picked me up. They were feeling good. T was having himself a ball, and they drove me So they picked me up in Oshawa, and we drove to Wasaga. So the poor boys did a 2-hour detour to pick my sorry ass up.
Wow.
Yeah. That's love. That's what that is.
Yep. Not a bad way to start the day, though. If that's the worst that you're going to have to experience in the entire weekend, minus having your gear stolen, I call that a win.
I'd say the worst thing really was that my gear got seized. Everything else about the weekend was amazing. I had good hotels. I had good company. I had fantastic day of ball. I am now 4 for 4 on my final battles. I'm also shot to shit. Like you watched me walk right into them. Cliff said it was the greatest dead man walk he'd ever seen.
You're telling stories like all out of order.
All over.
You got to start.
He's bad for that. He's bad for that.
I wasn't there Friday. I felt so bad. I got off work at 3:00, came home, hugged and kissed the family, hopped on the 401. I get on the 401. There's a transport truck blocking the express both sides. Traffic's backed up. I'm like, oh crap. So Donna honestly started worrying, apparently. She's like, he said he was leaving like 3 hours ago, and it's been 4. So I was a little late. I got there. It was starting to get dark, but I still went around shaking babies and kissing hands. Everybody was pretty happy. But I'm sad that I missed out on like the Tipex challenge, the quick draw. I think there was I saw something about a quick gun, something. I don't know what it was. It was hosted by like Planet Eclipse. I missed that. There was food. There was entertainment. By the time I got there, the music was pumping, but nobody was dancing. It was raining. I was so like, heartbroken. Like, it would have been so amazing. Like that Friday night, if they could have picked one moment for it to not rain at all, I would have picked Friday. I would have loved to have seen like this massive players appreciation party. Right. Everybody just having a good, like you could tell people were jonesing for a good time. Like they wanted to be there. They wanted to do it. But the rain just, it pushed everyone away, man. I was sad.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's a shame. So walk me through, because you know what? I'll be honest. I was so bummed out about not being able to go to Wasaga that I avoided social media so I wouldn't see anything. So
I can't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. Tyler was on fire with his posts, and we were giggling our asses off all weekend. So I don't blame you for going on that.
Walk me through. So the only other thing I can think that compares to it or is in the same category would be D-Day at Commando. It's the other Ontario big game. So
yeah.
But give me, so they're broken up into multiple days. So give me what went down. Was there anything going down Friday, or what was that? And then what went down Saturday? What went down Sunday?
So Friday there was the Tipex challenge. So it was like a bunch of 1v1s on some very cool maps. It was like this, I think the map was called Mansion, right? So you had this mansion on one side, 2-story building, windows top and bottom, and the entire way up to it was just small, short bunkers, vehicles. And so traditionally it's used for a zombie type game where like the humans will be on one side, zombies on the other, and you know how a zombie game works. You get eliminated.
Zombies always win. Yes.
But dude, it was such a cool field. I was like, I gotta play on this. But they were only using it for like the Tipex challenge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And man, had I had known that was happening, and if I could have got there on time, my Tipex would have been out, and I would have been a champion in another bracket. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Yeah, I could have gone pro if you didn't blow out your knee too.
Story of my career, bro. What else happened there on Friday night? Intensity was there, set up right dead smack in the middle of the staging area. Man, one of the best pro shops I've ever seen.
Love their booth. It's an inflatable pro shop. How cool is that?
Yeah. It is the coolest thing. And behind it, they had like the VIP area, which I don't know if you can see by my shirt here, kind of was allowed in there, which was kind of cool for the first time. So as fun as it is to get out there and be Nightmare and be the guy, like I said earlier, shaking babies and kissing hands, sometimes it's nice to have a private area to just kind of chill, turn off the switch for 5 minutes, rehydrate, and get back out there. And I appreciate the fact that Intensity Custom set that up for all of us so that we could take a breather, we could catch our breath, and then get right back at it. Because if you would have seen Wolf or I, we were just bouncing. If we weren't on the field, we were bouncing between groups of people just saying hi. And it was, I don't think I've never been photographed that much in my life, and I loved every second of it.
Awesome.
You guys, I barely saw you, and I knew that going in that you were going to be busy shaking babies all weekend. So I knew that going in. So I wandered into your VIP tent a couple times because, again, diplomatic immunity. I go where the hell I want. And I kind of strolled in there and hung around and chatted with everybody. And that you guys had a nice setup in there. Sean is best kind.
Sean is okay. So Sean told me, just because he's an amazing guy, and I really wanted to see him at Wasaga because I wanted to thank him for what he did for me. And he told me I wasn't supposed to, I'm not allowed. He's like, don't make this big deal. Don't do this on the podcast, but I'm gonna do it anyways. He came by the tent one day at D-Day, and he was like, "Where are the pants I sold you?" Because I wasn't wearing, because I was so pumped about the paintball pants I got from him a couple years ago. I was like, man, they got stolen by some junkie. Got them ripped out of my trunk. That man sent me 2 pair because he's like, what size were you? I'm like, I don't remember. because paintball pants are the weird sizings, right, and all that.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm like
pants are so
I'm like a
weird.
4XL or a 5XL in paintball pants. I was like, I don't know, man. He's like, cool, I'm gonna send you a couple. He's like, but don't do it on the podcast. Just give it to some guy to field if you come across somebody who needs a pair of pants.
Man, I'm telling you, Sean is good people.
Dude, such good people.
I've
My God.
never met good people like Sean before.
Yeah.
And you know when you give someone like a vibe check, like this is my first time ever meeting Sean. I've never interacted with him outside of like DMs about like designing this jersey for me, which thank you so much, Intensity Customs and Sean. My first ever paintball jersey in 11 years. I'm going to cherish the hell out of that. But I met the guy, shook his hand Friday night, and immediately passed vibe check. I was like, this dude's legit.
Yeah.
And then everything he told me between Friday, Saturday, we went out for dinner on Saturday night. I don't be surprised if you start seeing me in head-to-toe intensity in the near future, because I believe in his vision, and it's such a cool thing to see.
Man.
So I'm super glad that he was at that event. Like,
yeah, like I got the same thing when I first met him. I got a vibe on him. The vibe was, I'll give you the shirt off my back in a heartbeat, but I'll 86 you out the front door if you cross me. And I love that.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
that actually sums
right?
that
Like it's
sums
like
that man
it's
up
like come to my shop, come see what I have. I will help you. I'll take care of you. But if you try to steal something, I'm gonna make you part of the display. Like that's the vibe I got, right? Like, so intensity, awesome dudes. I would love to partner. I wonder, maybe we should talk to him about doing some merch through the podcast. Just not a sponsor thing. Just see it because I'm looking for a good merch manufacturer.
Yeah.
Right. And just see if we can maybe.
You're already reading my mind, bro. You're already reading my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
My,
let's see here. I
he
got a
did
bunch
such
of
a nice
ideas.
job on my jersey that like the design was awesome. He put it together really well. I love the collar. It has like a zip up collar on it.
Yes.
That I was like,
Yeah. Well, he did.
I don't
He did
know
the.
why I like that so much.
He did the GOM jerseys, didn't he?
I'm not 100% if he did the GOM jerseys. I'd have to ask the boys.
These jerseys are next level. You're absolutely right. Like the
just-
collar, everything about it, like the zip, the breathability, the comfort. I'll show you my doll's chest here. But if you're watching on Facebook and not on the radio, obviously, because
My God, you're beautiful.
I try, dog. I try.
Yeah. If you're listening on the radio or via podcast, like streaming this, he's not holding a mannequin. He's literally stroking himself sensually.
I am. I'm literally. It's literally me. It's my doppelganger, and like just the quality. I've never owned a jersey, but based on just clothing alone, the quality put into this is just next level.
Love it.
So much so that I'm buying myself a jersey case to put this in, because I never want to get rid of this. I never want to stuff it in a drawer like I do with everything else I own.
Okay, well, at least get another one to wear.
I'm on it. I trust me when I say head to toe intensity, possibly. So
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get a pair of shorts, like my grumpy shorts that I have. I'm gonna need another pair, and like Sean making me a nice. I could have him doing my bottoms too.
all right. So enough about the staging.
Yeah,
area.
sorry. Yeah, enough of that stage.
All right.
No, I want to know, was there anything else going on? Like what vendors? Give me that
Friday
detail.
night. Okay, so we had Planet Eclipse there, teching markers, and I believe they were also vendoring as well.
Yep.
There was Badlands. No, Badlands was supposed to be there. They rain, right? The dye tent was set up. I can never remember his name, but he is like the dye tech for Ontario. He was set up. He was cursing me out for not having my dye dam. Like he's like, "Where's your dye dam? I want to work on it." I was like, "It's at home." He's like, "What is that right there?" He's like, "Isn't that a dye dam?" I'm like, "No, dude, that's a that's an EMF 100. That's completely customized." He's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Oh, I know." So on top of that, another big, massive shout out is HR Tactical was in the house. He drove his butt up from the States for this game and also gave me a little goodie box of all this cool stuff to make my marker just that much better for the big game. So there was a lot of firsts for me in this big game. I've never gone to a big game and shot round ball. It's always been first strikes.
Yeah, that's right.
You've
Always.
you were telling me that you've never fired. You've never really done round ball at a big game. That's crazy to me.
When I started paintball, I started off like everybody else. Like the Tippmann lines, whether it be a 98, A5, X7, something in those lines. Mine was an A5. Went from after spending hundreds of dollars in a couple of weekends, I'm like, okay, we're going to tack caps. So I went down to a tack cap. And then MagFed started to grow. And I was like, okay, MagFed's kind of cool because I like Call of Duty, and now I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty. But now I feel like I'm now entering the next stage of my paintball career.
Box bags.
You're growing up.
I'm growing up.
Welcome to the world of box bags. They're amazing.
Oh my God. So I'm not going to lie, okay? I would shoot a hopper all day. All day. And Wolf is absolutely right. That box mag is addictive. It is, 100%. I would shoot a hopper. The reason why I don't is because the hopper gets in the way of my cameras, and it drives me nuts. I'm a perfectionist with my videos.
You need
if it doesn't look perfect.
Q loader.
No, I like my box mag because it just you can take the man out of the tactical outfit, but you can't take the tactical outfit out of the man. There we go. So yeah, it was just such a cool experience. There were so many shots where I'm like, man, I wish I had first strikes right now. Like I was salivating. It was just like I can reach out and touch that guy, but instead I'm going to put 45 paintballs down and hope to God I hit him. Did not hit him. So it was just such a cool experience. Intensity Customs made me my very first jersey. I went to the Wasaga Beach Pro Shop. I bought my very first pod pack. I've never owned a pod pack in my life.
Really?
Dead serious.
Wow.
I always just went out one hopper at a time. That's it. Okay, sorry, that's a lie. I did have one, but it was one of those weird ones where like it held like short pods and it had the air tank holder in the middle. The GOG. Remember?
Yeah. Back like the tack cap days. Tack cap days.
So I had one of those, and that was the last one I've ever owned. So the fact that I was rocking a jersey, I was shooting round ball, and I had a pod pack on was just. Oh man, it was just so cool. It was just the next evolution in playing paintball for me. So
did you have the awakening? Was it like, were you just sort of like, oh, I get it now?
Yeah, I did. I really did. I had fun because for the first time, I wasn't just crawling through the bush by myself, just getting those one shots off or counting how much money I'm wasting on first strikes. I was running up with people, laughing, joking, having a great time. And Wolf wants to know what I did with my empty pods. This is embarrassing. I bought the dye assault pack. It's in dye cam because obviously I wear tan pants and everything about me is tan.
That's fine. That's legit.
So I bought it. I was like, this thing's cool. I'm like, it's dye. First off, I've always liked dye. Secondly, I was like, it's super comfy when I tried it on. Here's what sucks about the dye assault pack. You can't put pods back in it. At all.
You were so pissed.
Is it, dude? Wait, the dye assault pack, is that the anti-gravity one where it's like it's got no strap to hold the pod, like it's a friction fit?
So here, no, it has straps. It definitely has the straps. So the cool thing about this is it's designed to get smaller as you remove pods. So there's no pods in this right now, and it's very, very small.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It blows out nicely when it's full, and as you remove the pods.
But as you pull the pods out, it takes two hands. You're just sort of like, gotta get the pod back in.
You should have seen me. I had my gloves on, and I felt like Ricky Bobby. Like, what do I do with my hands right now? Wolf knows all about that. He's probably laughing at when he hears this.
Oh, yeah.
But I was literally like doing one of these. I'm like reaching back and bouncing, and I'm getting mad. I'm smacking against trees, and then I'm like, I just look at the next guy near me, and I'm like, man, I know I'm not supposed to ask another man to do this, but can you reinsert my pod?
Right.
I got random kids putting my pods back in my pod pack because I just could not get it in, man. I didn't have the dexterity. The pod pack shrank. I was wearing it super tight, so it shrank as soon as the pod came out. Eventually, I just started reaming them in there. I only lost one pod all weekend.
Nice. Which usually I lose a lot more than that. So
but you know what? It's not like losing a mag where I'm like, oh man, there goes $50.
It's like $3. Who gives a shit?
So like there was that kind of
economy will take care of you.
The sad part was it was one of the brand new pods I did buy at Wasaga. It was golden and it looked so cool. It just matched my outfit. I matched head to toe, man. I was just so happy with the way I was looking. And
yeah, you definitely looked mighty fine in that Wasaga video that they posted that I sent you.
Oh yes. I believe the hip thrusting was cropped down to a minimal.
They cropped. 10 seconds of me that wasn't hip thrusting. I was straight up humping your leg and cut that out.
I thought that was paint on my leg when I went home.
No, it was not.
What is that, bro?
It was still white. Okay, so give me a rundown of the vibe on Saturday. What are we talking? We're talking
my God.
Party scene. Like how many people roughly? Do we know?
It doesn't have the same vibe.
600 or 700 was it? I don't want to lie about the numbers. I wasn't paying attention. I want to say it was between 400 and 700.
I'll take that. That's a decent approximation. No, that's good. Dude, I like that.
On the size of the field that we were playing, there was still room to flank.
Yeah.
Like, it was not one of those events where, like, 5 1/4?
525, yeah.
Okay, sweet. Tyler PB in the chat knows exactly what's up.
Ty.
But, so yeah, it was the perfect number for that field. And you know what? Even more players if it was any more players, I think I would have shot first strikes. Because then I know people would be just overexposed. But there were so many cool moments. There was so many aspects to this big game. There was airstrikes. There was mobile tanks. There was mobile insertions. I never saw the helicopter ride where everyone grabs the rope and kind of comes on in. I never saw that happen.
I can't picture that.
Riot shields
without picturing my kids' preschool.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got the teacher at the front, and you're not supposed to shoot them.
Yeah.
But the second that rope drops, game on.
Light them
but
up.
they were so I don't think they used that one. But yeah, there was the airdrops. There was riot shields. There was medics. We found an ultimate glitch. What is up? Are you playing GTA right now?
Nah, he's down by
my neighborhood.
Oh, that's your neighborhood.
No, I'm playing.
I just saw the controller in your hand.
I'm playing golf. I'm not playing GTA.
Am I that boring? Am I?
Yes, but
that explains my subscriber count lately. Okay, I'm totally understanding.
Well,
now.
I've heard that you've been streaming a lot lately, so I've been looking on OnlyFans and I have not found you, so I'm a little disappointed.
Gotta look harder, homie. So one of the cool things I really enjoyed about this event was that medics could heal medics.
Yeah.
So with this, I'm starting.
Just hold hands and skip through the field,
bro.
Till you got domed.
Unless you get domed. So I can't wait to post these videos. But Scary Terry, for anybody in Ontario that knows this guy, I just met him. I've been seen him online a million times. But Scary Terry, huge fan of mine. He's like, dude, I'm rolling with you. Where you go, I go. I'm like, cool. What do you got? He's like, I got a Tipex. I was like, and what? He's like, and Riot Shield. I'm like, let's go. I'm like,
that dude.
Yes, the guy.
That dude was mental, man.
Dude, and I was like, let's grab 2 medics. Let's take them off the front lines and bring them with us. So we literally skirted the tape line. We're on the top of a very large hill, and the tape line basically comes down into the gameplay.
That was so much fun.
So we're skirting the top of the field, and we're just doming dudes, just doming. He's got his riot shield up. He's like, man, my arm hurts so bad right now. I'm like, don't you give up on me, Scary. Don't you give up on me. So I get hit. Bang, medic. Bang, I get hit. Medic gets hit. Medic goes, bang, medic's back in. Bam, you're back in. And we just slowly made our way up the tape line the whole way. And like people were yelling at the ref. They're like, they're cheating. He's like, they got 2 medics. What do you want? Like, my hands are tied right now. We're like, I don't know what to do with these things right now. I can't call them out.
The refs were excellent all weekend.
Oh, dude, the refs.
Those guys ate shit all weekend.
All weekend long.
Were wonderful.
Yes. They really were. Like, if you needed something, they were on top of it. It was some of the most professional paintball refereeing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was so good. I was so honored to be a part of that, man. Like, I can't wait. I'm gonna go back.
Oh,
okay, I'm going next year.
My favorite thing. You better.
Donna was so wonderful. They were just so. Damn, they were just so nice. It's a different vibe than D-Day. D-Day's Animal House.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, and I don't know how to put this politely.
I will put it this way: D-Day is Animal House. this is not. This isn't Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood by any stretch of the imagination. You know, we still got up to some trouble, but there was enough, you know, like it's a more family-oriented place. It's a more family-oriented event. So, you know, a little bit of the lewdness. We were all, like, everybody was on their best behavior.
Okay, so can we say that, like, Commando is, like, PG-13, Wasaga's a little more PG?
Yeah, you know what? I would go with that. I would say it was very PG.
Oh, no, God, yeah. Wasaga's 100% very PG, and that is not a slight, because Rhino brought his little boy there. Yeah. I would bring Simon. I would bring my son to Wasaga, but I don't think I would bring Sai to D-Day till he was a little bit older, because we go all out, and the party is a little wilder there, but the vibe and the good vibes of game day is exactly the same.
Okay,
everybody's in a good mood. There was no.
You know what? I didn't hear a single fight, not a single angry moment. I'm sure there must have been. Like there's 600, near 600 people. I'm sure it existed somewhere, but I feel like the temper. I did not hear any tempers come back into the staging area.
Wait for it. We'll get some messages here in about 10
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
James in the chat here put it best. He goes, Commando uses tag and grenades. Enough said.
Dude, don't get me started on that grenade thing, man. I didn't listen. You and I have to have a discussion about me abandoning you. I would get shot and go back. There was no medic around. It was always bad. Every time I would turn around, I would wander off like a towel-y.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
It's what it's like. I tried to run with Led a few times, and he would go one way, and I would go another direction. And I would just piss off into the woods for a while.
It was so hard to stay with anybody.
You shut your whore mouth, Lead Farmer.
You just basically go in there, and the next thing you know, like either you get hit or your buddy gets hit, and then by the time you walk back and come back on the field, you're just with a new group because
that's just the way things roll.
I got to shoot people, and people's are over there, and I got paint, you got a body, so let's make a sandwich.
So Wolf's saying, no lie, pretty much a perfect paintball game. Even the weather held off. Folks, if you're listening,
been so bad.
If you're listening live or watching live, if you were at Wasaga and you've got a story to tell, let us know. Call in 506-453-4979. Give us a call. Let us know what happened. What's happening, Sean? I see you in the chat.
I really expected your call-in number to be a 900 number. I'm kind of disappointed with that.
So I have been debating on paying for an actual like a 1-800 number to forward to this number, so then we can do that. Can Chris call?
Keep calling.
Chris can call. I mean, he's starting to turn into a bit of a weirdo. Keeps calling the station.
Who is this Chris guy?
I don't know. It's just some weird guy. Really likes Lead Farmer.
Some weirdo.
But I mean, anybody can call. Anybody can call 506-453-4979. If you were at Wasaga, we'd love to hear about your experience. And
I'll tell you about an experience, man. The videos that Led has been posting. Man, he got some good flanks.
Yeah,
he did. Led was a monster. Every time he was like, come this way, there's a fight. You could guarantee that his ass was up there throwing the paint.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. I have one regret from the entire event, though. I didn't move around enough. I was just so happy to be shooting 8 to 10 balls per second wherever I was sitting.
Dude, it becomes addictive, man. Shooting that much paint. Bro. I remember the which game was it? Oh, I think it was the final game at one point where I went up there with the axe and just started shooting. Just and then one of the banana dudes came up behind me and just I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know he was behind me because it just Oh, hold on, we got a call. It's probably that Chris guy.
Roadkill Cafe, you kill him, we grill him.
Oops.
And he's gone.
Yeah, I think I hung up by mistake. I hit the wrong button.
He'll call. Don't worry about it. He'll call back.
I 100% hit the wrong button.
Hey, look,
the problem
is calling.
The drop button and the transfer button are next to each other. They should not be next to each other on a phone.
They should always be next to each other.
There we go.
Oh, click. Hang up on him again. Do it.
I was, you know what? I was half tempted to. You're on the air.
You
What's
need
your
to hire
name?
someone to manage your phone calls.
I can't believe you hang out the phone on me live, man.
Yep. I can do it again
forgive
too.
you.
Watch. No.
But I forgive you. No, listen.
Funny,
I want
the
to be
viewership's
serious.
going down all of a
I'm
sudden.
not gonna be weird today. I want to say that event was epic. It's a big shout out to Donna. Big shout out to everybody that worked on that event. Referees, photographers, staff, even the lady that was making the burgers. That event was close to perfect. It kind of reminded me those paintball events prior to COVID. To be honest with you, I was talking to Dave a couple of minutes ago, and we both agreed that's like the event of the year here in Canada, and I will be there next year. D-Day's on the calendar, Maribel is on the calendar, Wasaga's on the calendar. I will not be missing that one.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, if it's in August again next year,
Maribel.
The wedding is planned for July, which means I'm free in August,
All right,
and I'm not
You heard it
missing
here,
this one.
folks.
we'll pick
I
you up.
mean, he has plenty of time. He has plenty of time to change his mind. But if not, we'll bring Flat Brad with us.
No. To hell with
Yeah,
Flat
let's
Brad.
Flat
Flat
Brad.
Brad can go to the wedding.
It was nice seeing Nightmare. It was nice seeing the King. It was nice seeing Wolf. I didn't recognize Nightmare. One of my videos was like, "Who the hell is this guy? Hey, yo, die damn!" And then I was like, "Holy shit, that's Nightmare." So it was just great to see everybody there, and yeah, that's all I got to say. Epic event.
It's so weird
had a
hearing
great
Led
time.
be nice to people.
It is strange, isn't
Led,
it?
This is Chris.
And the King of a Coward, and that's it.
Oh, there he
Thank you
goes.
guys, and
got it in
see you
there.
guys later.
There's
Cheers.
Lead Farmer.
There we go.
There's a little bit of
Love you,
Led
buddy.
in Chris.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Cheers.
Dude, that was wild.
Right?
I
That's
had
so
a
cool.
blast playing as a medic. I watched poor Eli get shot in the schmack, and he doubled up, and he handed me his medic patch and said, "Go and heal people." So I took off running and stayed up. I was up with you for a while because I grabbed you and brought you back to the guy that was the actual general. I don't know who that other guy was that was telling us where to go, and I brought you over to him because he had two medics too. And I was sprinting back and forth, and that's true. I was sprinting. That's why I got gassed and almost puked.
Well,
'Cause I was-
Will made all the tactical decisions.
Okay,
I just
that
relayed
was.
information. He's like
He was good. He was.
they
he
said
was
I
up.
was general. I'm more like the jester who just shows up. Like we had the king, and we had the royal clown. Basically, man, I was there to entertain kids. That's all I did, and I was the biggest kid of them all, just spraying like there was no tomorrow.
Oh,
2 cases of paint, and my wallet's still on fire
Yeah.
from the charges.
Oh, so
How
yeah,
fast I was swiping
like I was
it.
saying with the axe. Speaking of shooting paint, when I was firing at D-Day, just going bop 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 bop. Banana Man, I forget his name, but Banana Man came up behind me. Didn't know he was there, and all I saw, because I'm wearing these Grills 2.0s, and my field of vision is like nothing. God, I need a new mask. Shout out to Moncton for hooking me up with that mask when mine went missing. Though they were just like, yeah, here's a mask. Here you go, brand new Grill 2.0. You need a mask. Here you go. Awesome. But I couldn't see him, but all I saw was a pod form out in the corner of my vision and just go into my hopper. And I just kept shooting, tuk, 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 and he just kept adding pods.
Oh man,
So I think I might have shot probably 500, 600 balls nonstop.
oh
Like it broke at
buddy.
one point, and I just kept going. I was like, I don't even care.
yeah, just fire through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
got
shoot the barrel
these,
clean. Let's go. So
Tyler's LV2, which was, I mean, an LV2, so it was very, very nice. Frank sent a lot of paint downfield. I see why they like them. They're very, very nice markers. They're very pretty. The LV2 has very pretty lines, and the CS3 that George was using shoots. It's beautiful. There's a reason that they're the kind of the going concern, that the standard bearer of markers right now. I just
That's
can't
fair.
bring my. I can't. I eventually I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just get an Ether 3 and be happy with it. But
yeah.
I'm just not ready to do it yet. I can't do it. I'm just tired of screwing with shit.
I will tell you what was difficult though was the transition from Saturday to Sunday. I'll talk more about the details, but I went from shooting ropes on Saturday to shooting FSR on Sunday. No changes to the marker other than putting in mags instead of a box mag.
Yeah, but that muscle memory took a little bit, didn't it?
Bro, I have the Hellfire switch installed. I'm sorry to a lot of people, especially my wallet. Dude, oh, what was his name? Oh, one of the guys from Animal Pack. Dude, I put 3 FSR on his mask.
Well, then he didn't feel it.
Across the field. Oh, he felt it. He felt it.
Would have felt it a lot more if you didn't hit him in the mask.
So he's walking across the field, and I'm just like, can I hit him from here? I'm like, ooh, sorry. So then we're doing these missions. He runs back, slowly respawns. Like I thought he was a different player at this point. So the ref's standing beside me. I'm shooting, just asking questions. And all of a sudden he's like, can you hit that guy? I'm like, probably. Thump, thump, thump. I'm like, again. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So we'll talk more about Sunday in a minute. But Saturday, amazing push by all players, man. I've never seen people move up as collectively as that before. When someone said, hey guys, let's all move up, everybody moved up. It was crazy. Both blue, both red. It was a back and forth. Like, I feel like blue was smashing it first thing in the morning.
They smashed us all morning.
All morning long.
And then after lunch or whatever the lunch break, we didn't take a lunch break, but
the field reset and swap sides.
When the reset happened, for some reason they decided that instead of trying to win the game, they wanted to stand up and shoot. And they tried to outshoot us, and I think that's what cost them, because if they just kept pushing for victories, like for missions and stuff, they would have smashed us.
They were going hard, man.
Doing that.
No, we weren't. We were like, we're happy to shoot. I know I was. I was happy. I was just wait till you see the videos. It's like I don't even know what I hit because my zoom cam wasn't lined up properly. So I'm like, what was I shooting at? Like I can't really tell. So I got to work with that. YouTuber problems, but whatever.
The satellite dish. When we were fighting
that was hard.
That fight was that guy. I ended up shooting out with a guy. He came through the smoke when Pat and I were up there. We were doing the satellite looking for the extension cord, and they dropped an airstrike. So Pat slaps me on the back and he goes, run. And I saw it and I took off running. And after I got out of distance, I turned around and I saw one of their guys just step through the smoke like a Terminator. We both looked at each other and we stopped and stared for, I'd say, a second to 2 seconds. And we both started just shooting the shit at each other. And we both kind of backed up and walked away. And I watched him duck behind him like, son of a bitch, I know I saw that thing break. And I knew I was hit. So I kind of just walked away. I found out later that Cliffy was standing, the ref was looked at him and he goes, and Buddy's like, no, I know I'm hit. It was a trade. I'm good. And he just walked back and we shot the hell out of each other.
Oh man.
And the whole time, every time you'd go up to that satellite dish, there was a scrap. Like they were trying to kill each other there. And it was exactly what I wanted. Every time I went up and I ran into the shots, I got lit up and I did the same to them all day long. And I could do that. I could have done that.
It was
all day.
So good, man.
I had so much fun.
The amount of smoke that was going off at any given time. Like, you know, when you watch those YouTube videos, like the old school, like HK Army and like this is paintball, like 8 years old. Those videos are like, buy a smoke grenade, but buy 2 because you're going to miss your first one, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you guys know the video I'm talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That is what I've always envisioned big game paintball smoke looking like. The field just looking colorful.
There was so much smoke,
dude. There was a point where I could not see the enemy team. I was just shooting into smoke. I'm like, I don't know what I'm hitting, but I'm hopefully hitting somebody.
That was the final battle.
And the final battle was even worse for that. I'm not saying like worse in a bad way. I couldn't see anything. It was just shooting through clouds. I was like, what is going on here, man?
If you step out and you get shot, I don't want to hear any bitching because you knew you were getting clipped. Like down in the berm, when they were all lined up, and he was just whap, and he was sending it. And they had riot shields. They had guys.
Oh, dude, there was so much going on. What was it? Was it 4 or 5 slapsticks?
We needed 4.
I know we needed 4, but how many were on the field?
5.
5. Okay, there was
1
5
in the middle,
slapsticks.
2 on either sides.
So this game started amazingly well. I can't wait to post this video. So me and King were supposed to run together. We're like, okay, let's do it. We're both going to run. We're just going to be stupid and see what happens. So I'm motivating dudes. We're running. I'm like, come on, don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. Go, 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 go. And then all of a sudden, this dude eats it. Like, marker goes one way, he goes the other. His buddy tumbles over him. And I'm like, all right, you're allowed to stop. So I stop. I pick the guy up. Literally, as I'm helping him up, whap, right in the face. I'm like, well, that was an anticlimactic start to this adventure. And I saunter on back. I come walking back in the field. Here comes King, just lit up, just covered in paint.
I got the flag.
You're just walking in like the dude with a big schlong in the locker room. You just come up to me. You're like, I swear, man, you just come walking up to me with your King stance that you got. And you're like, just give me this disappointed look. And I'm like, dude, I helped the guy up and got shot. Like, I tried to be the good guy. And here we got like the King just like ready to rain his hammer down on me. I'm like, oh, please, God, no, don't.
Oh, man.
Okay, so also, I want to say MVP of that final battle, this guy right here.
That's what I want to ask about.
No,
dude, don't even.
No.
Do not even. You
guys, there
ran
were so many running.
No, Bull. You ran the podcast maneuver. All right.
What the hell's what is the podcast maneuver?
That's what you and Dingleberries over here do at every big game final battle.
Oh, you mean just run straight at the flag and ignore the hits?
Walk through the paint and just slap it. Like Terminator over here was just like dun 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 dun.
They were not happy with that shit.
So
they were very upset.
Yeah,
was there a miscommunication? Okay, there was a miscommunication. Yes. Okay, that's what I was curious about.
I didn't find out till afterwards. So the refs came around. They're like, hey, as long as you have forward momentum, you can hit the slapstick.
Okay.
Apparently, that message did not get crossed to the enemy team.
Every time.
They were stopping in front of slapsticks and trying to hit them from behind the bunker, and then getting their hands shot to all hell, and then walking out. And like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, they did not get the memo. Like, I told everyone before we left, I'm like, forward momentum, don't stop, just keep going, take the paint. The second you flinch, they're gonna call you out.
Yep.
Don't flinch, just keep going. So here goes King, being the boss that he is, just sauntering across the field, like just in his own world, and just boop. And the look, like. Everybody had tinted lenses, but you could see the look. Lasers. The lasers were coming out, man. I was just like,
when I got that far flag and I stopped and I looked down and there was 4 or 5 of them and a ref. What are you doing? And I went, taking the flag. And I pushed it and I didn't understand like what they were mad at me. Like, dude was, 10 feet and he shot me from ankle to neck. Like, and lit me up, and I just laughed at him and shrugged and turned around, walked back through the smoke, and I'm pretty sure somebody shot me in both my nipples. By the way, I got my jersey from the Rip King. I look pretty tonight, pretty in purple. Got my tits shot off coming back through there, and I'm back after, and I'm going, my jersey sticking to me, boys, and it's not sweat, and I mean, I've got like, it's bad. I suffered greatly from my insolence, but it is really funny. I feel bad though, and I even said that to them because I did my thing. I always fist bumped them at the end, like, thank you for playing, like, I appreciate it. And they were like, what were you doing? I'm like, did you guys not know it had forward momentum? Like, why weren't you guys running for the flags? And they were just looking at us like we were batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
Turns out they don't do that kind of final battle normally at Wasaga. That was the first time they had done it.
We went hardcore on that one, and honestly, if it wasn't for that rule, we would have lost. Blue team would have took the game. We needed 4 out of 5 slapsticks to make up the points, and it was a near impossible feat. Everybody was saying like, it's near impossible. Like, Red, you really got to pull up your socks, and then he pulled up his socks and literally got us that 4th one. But the battles for some of these slapsticks, dude, it was insane. There was 5-minute Enola Gay smoke grenades going off the entire time.
That huge one you threw was a beast, dude, man.
It was like twice the girth of this water bottle and about the same length.
It was
I was just like, I'm gonna kill some kid if I throw this and miss. Like, if I ream this thing and like some little Johnny's running for the pole, I'm gonna kill him. Like, it's just gonna take him right out.
Clipped, yeah.
Yeah. So, I just want to give a massive shout out to everybody who played for Red. They pushed hard. We got our doo-doo pushed in at the very beginning of the day, but they came back and they won it. And I needed this. Normally I'm one of those guys, big games, they don't mean anything. They just, it's an awesome
family reunion.
It's a family reunion. It's just a game. But when you're one of the representatives who's talking online,
did you really just use a beep?
Up. Did.
Oh, it's because he wants to use this somewhere, and he can't have him cursing.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I thought the rule was that you were allowed to curse after 10 minutes on a YouTube video.
I still deal with that crap. It just adds to it. But anyway, besides the point. So red team stuck it in there. Blue team, oh my God, dude, they gave us a run for the money, dude. It was insane. So for the fact that we squeaked by a win, I can't even come out waving the flag, being like, yeah, we crushed them. No, dude, it was like a hair away from losing that. So normally I don't care wins or losses in big games. It doesn't really mean much. But when you're the dude online, literally talking, you have to be able to back that up. So I was happy that red team did take home the W in the end. And, all that talking wasn't for nothing.
Did you end up getting to have a little shootout with Wolfie?
We didn't.
At any point? Oh,
no, we didn't. It would have been cool to have the two box order guys just completely going ham on each other at some point. But I think I would have taken it with my riot shield and 2 medics that I had with me all day. So.
Oh, there's TJ.
I'm just saying.
I did see that you posted the prices, TJ, and those prices are mighty tempting.
Those Cocker pumps are they are schmexy.
Oh my God, the fact that it's a click clack pew, but it's like a click clack shiduk pew. It's an autococker sound. I can't make the autococker sound. But it's it's literally click clack autococker fires shoot. Oh my God, it's so fucking sexy.
But the hardest part about the entire weekend, hands down, was trying to gather the strength to play on Sunday.
I bet.
Oh man. So first off, Animal Pack, they put on one heck of an event the next day. The Mag-Fed Madness. If I ever go to any event that says that they're putting on a Mag-Fed Madness, I'm stopping what I'm doing, because those guys put on such an immersive scenario with so many moving pieces, NPCs, revives for the NPCs that had objectives. It was just such a cool immersion, and it wasn't tacty cool. It was just cool. I don't care if you were using a hopper-fed gun or whatever. That style of gameplay on these small maps, and it was no more than 6v6 or 10v10 at any given time. It was very small numbers. It was so much fun. Wasaga has so many cool little fields that I would love to run them in the MML or the CMC or the 3v3s. Just tiny little fields that are just so much fun to play on, and I just can't wait to get those videos out either, man. I feel like a kid just so excited to work on these videos, because it was just so much fun. We were just laughing and just having a great time, man. So everybody who came out on Sunday, it rained on us harder on Sunday than it did Saturday. So anybody who did stick it out, I appreciate you, because you truly did make it fun. And I also want to apologize to Donna, which I've done 1,000 times already. I didn't get to say bye to her before I left on Sunday, but that lady is hard to track down.
Dude, she's like a ghost.
You see her, and the next thing you just see her smoke trail from her just taking off in a random direction. It's okay. I'm okay. In 2 minutes, I'm gonna go see Donna. She's standing right there. So I'll turn around, put something in my gear bag real quick, and turn around, and she's gone. I'm yeah. Okay. I'm incredibly sore, and I don't feel like running right now.
I sent her a message when I left too, because I did, as we are wont to do. I Irish goodbye. I dipped. I was traveling with Commando Dave and the Grumpy Old Men, so I was at the. They, and God love them, they were patient because I was doing my thing. So Tally was wandering around doing his thing, and they kept trying to track me down, and they would turn around like I am wont to do, and I would just disappear on them. So I think after the
we've got a call.
Roadkill Cafe, you kill him, you grill him.
You're on the air. What's your name?
I go by the name Wolf. Some know me as Lobo, or others know me as Andre.
Oh, I've heard of you.
Yeah,
he's a
let me
very
tell
sexy
you, that
man.
was a
I listen
game
to
and
that
a freaking half.
Man, okay, hold on. Can you try that again? Can we do that again with a bit more of that wolf energy?
Big wolf energy.
Game and a freaking half. That was outstanding. And first of all, I want to apologize to my team, Blue Team, because I decided not to play the final battle. I didn't want to get a whole case just for final battle, and my ankle was bugging the heck out of me, and I didn't want to be limping out there and everything. But let me tell you, if you tried to pull that walk to the friggin' flag bullshit that is done at other fields, I would have destroyed you.
You've done it.
I would have
me up
taken
doing
that
my walk
crowd off that field. No way you guys would have gotten away with that that nice stuff that you did out there. That was genius, but I hate you guys for it.
Oh man, I'm flattered that you've done it to me before. I think my the first D-Day final battle, you put some into my ass, and I remembered it. So I was ready. I was waiting. I didn't know you weren't out there, but I was figuring I was going to get hit. And I know I woke up with some first strikes. Like the biggest ones, I'm sure were first strikes because I got hammered for that.
That was a good move. I'm impressed, but it really pissed me off because Blue should have taken that game.
Yeah, you guys really should have, and
really should have. I agree.
Wolf,
there were some other lunatics.
Sorry, real quick. TJ Nova wants to know if you had a chance to use the launcher.
Only in practice. I haven't had a chance to take it on the field yet, but I plan to next game.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Launch a Beanie Baby or something.
Because it's it's funny because I did have it ready. I had everything ready because I wanted to make sure I got a launcher shot in before the end of the game. Then I got out there and they're like, "Oh yeah, that both teams have used up all their tank points. The tank's not going back out." Like, damn.
All right, well that's. I'll give you that one. I would have shot people with it, but I wouldn't come out of nowhere like.
You had a tank that's coming. It makes for so much better video per se. You know what I mean? And
I don't know, man. I think it'd be pretty funny to smoke some kid with a beanbag.
Okay, that might have stopped
for that. That'd be great.
Way to ruin little Timmy's birthday party, Brad.
Right?
Yeah, whatever. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, that one.
I would love to take one of my smoke grenades and shove it in the Nova launcher and just whoom.
Yeah.
We do not recommend that you do any sort of thing like that with the Nova launcher.
For any law enforcement listening, that was a joke.
As it's intended.
Total joke.
For legal purposes, everything I've said is a joke.
Farmer in the face with one.
But let me tell you, there are so many skirmishes. There's so many amazing kills, and it's funny because I took on more of a leadership role this game. Like I was not doing my sneaky flanking like I normally do. I was always on the front line and trying to push players to go further and do stupid stuff and everything like that. So it was a whole different type of game for me. But let me tell you, Lead Farmer must have some very interesting footage of him inside of that tank, because me and the tank were doing a 1v1 on the field. And I know I was lighting heads up in there. Like, I know I let all out. Like, It was crazy.
Oh, man.
Well, not to cut you off, but we've only got about 15 seconds left before I got to jump off the air.
Everybody subscribe. Have a good show. Bye.
Okay, bye. So, folks.
Goodbye.
Like, subscribe, share.
Man, yeah, sorry, folks. We're on a bit of a tight schedule. Anyways, yeah. So, Nightmare, thanks for coming on the show and chatting with us. Huge. Appreciate
pleasure,
it.
man.
Thank you so much. For everyone who's out there liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that jazz, truly appreciate it. Really do. And if you're listening live at 97.9 FM CHSR, come find us on social media on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. Just look up Maritime Paintball Podcast. You'll find us. But that's it, folks. It's been a blast. But until next week, cheers.